Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, you are welcome. If you are seeing this face for the first time, this is Ugochukwu Jen Ezine and this channel is Ugo Jen. You are highly welcome. Today I have a very interesting topic to share with you guys. I believe by now you might have seen the topic and you might have known what we are talking about. So today we are going to be talking about the things I wish I knew before getting married. Yes, go get your juice, your chilled juice, your any favorite snacks and come and sit tight and listen so that you will also learn from these things. If you are already married, I believe you'll be able to relate to these things that I am about to list. So sit tight and make sure that you watch this video till the end. Without wasting much of your time, let's get started with the list of the things I wish I knew before getting married. So the number one in my list is the first few months are the hardest, guys. Now, if you are a married woman, married man, you'll be able to relate to these things. Many people tend to date their spouse, some dates for 10 years, 20 years, and even more, yes, or less before getting married. Even at that, you will still have that difficulty coping in the first few months. Guys, this is not a joke. When you get married, you will believe with me that the first few months is the hardest, because then you are trying to get know your partner even more, get to understand him or her, get to do things that that will not bring arguments, quarrels, and all of that. So that first few months, you will see both of you crashing on each other here and there, from one way to the other. So, and the next one on my list is marriage is sacrifice. Guys, all these things, I believe that some people that are watching this video now, they may be like, oh, I already know this before getting married. But guys, these things that I am listing here, they are all underrated. They need to flog them very well, to flog those topics very well. It needs to get into new couples' head, because marriage is sacrifice. Most people go into marriage with the notion that, oh, let's just do it, let's just it's just a normal thing. It's a lot of work. You are going to sacrifice a lot. You sacrifice your emotion, you sacrifice everything. Some things that you love, you are going to sacrifice them for the marriage to work. Another one is submission is a must. You need to underline that must, because yes, I know that even the Bible talks about submission in Ephesians, and even many people, even on the way, you get to hear it even from conductors, bus drivers, and every random people that a wife is meant to submit to her husband. But then, if these things are taken serious, we ought not to be hearing a lot of stories that we hear these days, because this thing that we call submission is easy to say, but it's a very hard thing to do, honestly, especially when you see yourself in a place of submission. You have to let go of your ego. You have to let go of everything that you hold in the high place that is making you to pop up. You have to let it go and know that that man is your head. That that man is your husband and you are meant to submit to him. If not, if you just carry it on a lighter maybe you just carry it the way people talk about it, you will end up not submitting. Meanwhile, you feel that you are submitting when you are not submitting. Personally, as a firstborn, most of you can relate. We don't have people that that we submit to apart from our parents. So we are the one in charge of everything. We are in charge of controlling the younger ones, controlling everything in the house. So just imagine yourself getting married and you are and you see yourself that you must submit to your husband. It's not easy, but it is easy if you make up your mind and you get to understand it very well. To understand that word submission is not just by pronouncing it. It will be easier for you to do. Then the next one on my list is you have to apologize and forgive for the rest of your life. Yes. You have to. That one is a must too, because this man, that woman is now your wife, he's now your husband, and the only thing that makes you people to stay together is because you people are husband and wife, not brothers and sisters, not friends, not it's friends too, because once you are husband and wife, you are also friends, you are one. But the friend I'm talking about is that kind of just randomly, okay, you get to meet some days, other days you will not see the person. So that is what I am talking about. This person is your husband, this person is your wife. You people are spending the rest of your life together, and you are all human beings coming from different backgrounds, so you are bound to make mistakes, offend each other. So all you just have it in mind that in this marriage we are in it together till death do you part. So in that case you have to keep on forgiving and apologizing. If you are the one wrong, you have to keep on apologizing. If you are the one that is wronged, you have to keep on forgiving, because of course you can't carry things in your mind. If not, the marriage will not work, everything will just scatter. And another one is you start to take your partner's qualities. Yes, you will see as time goes on, you see yourself even behaving more like your partner. I believe, please, all these things that I am listing, if you can relate, if you're a married woman here, if you're a married man here, and you can relate to any of these things, I want you to drop a comment in the comment section so that I will get to see it and know that, okay, I am not alone in this. So you get to take your partner's qualities, in the sense that some things that your partner do, or some actions he or she takes, or the way he reacts to things, or the way he takes things, the way he reacts to things emotionally, in everywhere you see yourself taking those qualities. You see yourself even behaving that way. Just like you maybe when you get married, men, they are used to not being that organized, but by the time you get married and you as a woman, you are the organized type, you see, before you know it, that man will pick up, and even if you are not around, you'll be like, oh, this thing's supposed to be here, this one's supposed to be here, and this one's supposed to be here. And you too, on the other hand, you will see yourself trying to also do some things that he do that are good too. So let me just say, taking your partner's qualities positively. So in my own part, I'm a kind of a person that find things like when I lose things, or when things negative things happen to me, I tend to dwell in it. I tend to hold it tight, to to let it affect my emotions so bad. But as time goes on, I notice that my husband is a kind of person that he don't like things bothering him for a long time. He don't like to to dwell in things. Instead, he let that thing go and move on with his life. So since I recently I noticed that I am beginning to have that kind of qualities. Like, no matter what it is, I just cry over it at that moment and let it go and move on with my life and do things that other things that will make me happy, or try to work harder if it's in a material thing. Try to work harder in order to replace that thing. So that is why I think that taking your partner's qualities is one thing that they may never tell you. You may never get to know before getting married. So another thing is change is constant. Guys, when you are married, most of married people here will relate. Change is constant in marriage. Yes, they say change is constant, but in marriage it is constant. It is constant. So in this case, what I mean by change is constant is that when you are married, things keep changing. Financially, it keeps changing, it keeps you keep upgrading, both mentally, emotionally. Everything around you keeps changing and changing. So it keeps changing for the better. So that's what I mean, that in marriage, change is constant. Then another one is marriage is not 50-50. Marriage is not 50-50. Yes, maybe sometimes we might hear that, oh, marriage is 50-50. This one bring 50, this one bring 50 to make it 100. You have to bring 100. This one bring 100, this one bring 100, so that it will be 200 before it will work. If this one bring 50, remember this person is bringing half. This one bring 50, it's half. So putting the half and half together, and these two people are involved. So you have to bring your full self. You have to bring your full self. No half self. So you have to bring your full self in order to make it work. You can't leave half outside and take half in. The half that you left outside, who are you leaving it for? So you have to bring in your full self. You have to make it, you have to bring in your 100, while the other person brings in his or her 100 for it to work. If not, it's not gonna work. Many people enter into marriages having that mentality that marriage is 50-50 in everything. It is not in everything. Marriage is 100-100. If there's any half remaining, it cannot stand. It must shake. It must, bend, because it's not balancing. The other 50 is left behind. So you have to bring in 100 to make it work. Another one is marriage experience is not to be generalized. You don't need to generalize the experience you have, the experience you see other people have. You don't need to generalize it. Many people, many young ladies now, they don't even have that mind to get married. I don't know if it's the right way to put it, but they don't think of, once you mention marriage to them, they'll be like, God forbid, marry waiting, marry guinea. They cannot do it because of what they see other couples go through. No. Marriage is a kind of personal, individual stuff. It's what you bring in. That's what you make your marriage to be. That's what it will be. This is for both men and women. Many people enter into marriage with that mentality: oh, all men are the same, all women are the same, oh, this one is bad. You start expecting the same bad in your marriage, thereby. And remember that whatever you are thinking, whatever you have in your head, that's what you are going to bring out, that's what you will show. Because if you have bad marriage in your head, the only thing that you will always be acting towards that bad experience that you think others are having. If your husband make a mistake as human being, or your wife make a mistake as human being, you generalize it. You be like, oh, that's how people do, that's how, I mean, you have been expecting that. But when you have that mentality that your own marriage is going to be good and you will work towards it, you will make it work. So marriage experience is not to be generalized. Most young ladies, most single ladies then, including me, will be like, oh, is this how marriage used to be? When you see some couples, act some funny ways, you'll be like, is this how marriage is this how this is? Oh, okay. But guys, when you enter into it, just understand your partner, your woman, your man, understand him or her, and you both should bring in your 100 and make it work. That's it. And another one is, you grow up faster in marriage. This is in every way. You grow up mentally, you grow up emotionally, you grow up physically, you grow up psychologically, you grow up in everywhere. Like, guys, this is not a joke. Once you are married 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, physically you see yourself growing up, mentally you see yourself growing up, even financially you see yourself growing up. And the sense of that maturity in marriage tend to also grow up faster. You see yourself, even you that cannot maybe advise somebody, you see yourself advising somebody, do this, do that, this is better for you, this is better for you. And also you always try to meet up to the level of things, to the level of your responsibilities. Guys, you grow up really faster in marriage, both men and women. Remember that all these things that I'm listing here are all for men and women. It is not meant for a woman to do, or for only man to do. It is for man and woman. So another one is, arguments is okay in marriage. Yes, arguments is okay in marriage. I mean, you people are husband and wife, and from different backgrounds, from different, even brothers and sisters, even mother and child have arguments. Sometimes they argue, they quarrel, they fight sometimes. So, but in marriage, you don't expect less. The only thing in marriage is that you people should not argue to the extent of fighting. But that argument, you can't take it away. As long as you two are together, you can't take it away. It's not maybe when you have arguments in marriage, you just pack your bag as a woman, oh, you are leaving, or the man packs his bags, oh, I am going out, I am leaving you here, and all of that. No, it's not brothers and sisters. Even as brothers and sisters, when your brother or when your sibling offends you, you don't just leave the family and say, oh, because I am offended, I am leaving. So you have to settle it. Argument is okay. The most important thing is, did you settle it? So that's that. Another one is, marriage is not just sweet, Personally, I thought that, oh, once you are married, you just be enjoying every day. Every day you are eating shawarma, you are eating you are going to one, vacation to another. Your husband is taking you out to this place. You people are just cruising around and all of that, having fun everywhere. Hey, it is not like that. It is not like that. So, marriage is not sweet, 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 sweet. So sometimes you don't even remember all that. You just focus on things that are very important at that present time. Another one is children can make or break your marriage. Yes, children can make or break your marriage. Once you get married, have that in mind, that children coming into your marriage can make or break it. That is why you have to be very, very, very prepared as couple. You have to be very prepared. You have to make up your mind before having children. You have to build yourselves, because if the marriage is a kind of war front, children once children come in, it will even double. That war will double, because if you guys don't get along before children start coming in, once children start coming in, it will double. That war will double. You will see yourself even being more apart than before. So children can make or break your marriage, in the sense that when a child comes in, you people as a couple, is in your hands to allow that child break your marriage or allow that child make your marriage. When and this happens mostly when you have your first child. As newly wedded couple, you have your first child, and you see, because of the love you have for the child, as a man or as a woman, you see yourself maybe being more attached to the child instead of your spouse. You see yourself not even doing those things that makes your spouse happy, because you are all focusing on the child. The man is focusing on the child, the woman is focusing on the child, leaving you both apart, leaving you both aside, leaving the things that makes you people happy aside. Before you know it, that child is going to grow one day. You notice, and 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, 3 years, 4 years, you will see that, oh, that this the way we are is no longer the way we used to be. So it's in your hand as a couple to let that happen or not. So if you don't want to let that happen, you keep on maintaining the love, the relationship, the things that makes you guys happy, the things that makes you people feel connected to each other. That is why habits, having some habits as a couple comes in. So another one we are talking about now is, I think that's going to be the last one, but not the least. So the next one is that marriage never ends. When I got married, I don't even know how that thought came into me. Like, I thought marriage is something that's okay. You go in, it's like vacation. You go in, after some time, you go back to your place, or you go back to your house to relax and chill with your people. Maybe you just come. Sometime you just stay with your husband, and after some time you go back I used to think that once you are married, you are just going for visiting. You understand? I don't know how to explain it. You are just going for visiting. Maybe after some time you go back to your place, to your parents' place, you stay there. Maybe sometime when you just feel like visiting again, you go back, stay like 1 month, 2 months, you go back again to your parents. Guys, I am not joking. When this thing happened to me, when I got married newly, I was always like thinking I would be at home in my husband's house. I'll be thinking my mind will be at home, like will be in my parents' house. To the extent I started telling my husband, I want to go, let me go, let's go. One day he was like, okay, you said you want to go. I said yes. He said, okay, you can pack your bags and go. I was so happy. I jumped up. I started packing my things and I was going. I'm done with the holiday, so I will go. I will come back later when I am. So he just started laughing at me. I was so serious doing that until when I was done. I packed my bag. Then the next morning, he was like, is your bag packed? I said yes. He was like, okay, when I come back from work, you will go. I just started laughing because even the way it was in my mind, like I was feeling like, is this man joking? Like, when you come back from work before we go, I am done with the vacation. I want to go. So he just started laughing. He had to, we had to sit down, talk about it, and we had to understand that we are in this thing forever. So no, we can only visit. I can only visit my parents' house, not visiting my husband's house. So if you are a young lady here that is not yet married, and you are listening to all these things and you have heard all these things I listed, don't be like me. Don't think like me, because you might not be able to handle things on time. You might not be able to, to make the right decisions on time, and it may end up harming your marriage. It might end up harming the relationship you have with your spouse, and you understanding the kind of person your spouse is will also help you so well in order to know the things, how to handle things, and how to follow things up. So immediately you get married, whatever mentality you have, whatever friends have told you, all those negative things that friends have told you about marriage, you have to keep them aside. Because once you enter with them in your head, it's going to work, like it's going to start working. It's going to start working towards that. Because if care is not taken and you are not able to handle them on time, it might affect your marriage. If you have watched to this stage, guys, and you have not subscribed, I don't know what you are waiting for. Please click the red button, the red subscribe button. Click the bell beside it so that you'll be able to get notification each time we post a new video. Click on them, subscribe, tell your friends about this channel, share it to your friends, drop your comments in anywhere you relate to these things that I listed. If you have learned anything from it, let me also know in the comment section. So let's call it a day and see you guys in my next video. Bye.